Hey everybody, hope you're all doing well. I thought I'd just jump on today and we could do a bit of a fun little video where I'm just going to do a bit of a store tour. We've had some new fish in, I've rearranged some of the dry goods, some new dry goods, and yeah, I just thought I'd kind of show you around. The only thing I am going to say about this video is if you are in the Auckland area, we do have quite high winds today and the ceiling is banging quite loud. So if you hear those noises, I'm sorry, there's not really a lot I can do about it, unfortunately. I have done my best. So yeah, I am sorry about that, but yeah, aside from that, let's get on with the video. We will start down this end with big man Jeremy. So he's right there doing his thing, sulking as usual. And then we got our green Severum and the featherfin synodontis. These featherfins, I think, are like the perfect. They're like when people say catfish, they think of like this kind of catfish. So they're the perfect option, particularly if you got some bigger, messier things like Oscars and that. They make great little kind of cleanup crew for that sort of an aquarium. Then right next door we've got the big mixed Mbuna tank. So there's like red top lycomas, redfin trophiops, elongatus impunga, albino zebras, and synodontis lucipinus. It's cool because like this tank has got some of the rarest stuff. I really love Mbuna. I think they're really underrated. But yeah, they kind of have some rare stuff. I'm trying to make Mbuna cool again. Everyone kind of went off them because like there's cooler peacocks, and a lot of the Mbunas you get around at the moment particularly are a bit muddy and not that exciting. So I'm trying to show people what you can do with Mbuna, how cool they are, how rewarding they are to keep. So that's basically what we got going on in here. And honestly, they are having such a big growth spurt. We're getting some more dominant lycomas coming out, and honestly, they are so beautiful. I absolutely love it. Like, this is one of my favorite tanks to just sit there and watch because wow, they are fun. Won't spend too much on this too much time on this side, but we got our little shell dweller tank. We got some breeding brevis in there. As you can see, they'll be in there. We are getting a bit of a hydra infestation, so I do need to deal with that at some point. But there, yeah, then aside from that, just got some brevis fry cruising around. We got this big empty tank that one of our employees wants to use to breed the Demisoni, so that'll be happening at some point, but it's kind of just sitting here until that's ready, basically. And then this side we got this big planted tank that actually, unfortunately, the CO2 bottle has run out, so we're getting a bit of algae going, but everyone loves this tank. We've got the cherry barbs, there's a variety of long fin and short fin, and then just a bunch of other bits and pieces, really. And honestly, I think this is such a cool tank. It's like fun. It's like my first proper planted tank that I've actually put a lot of effort into. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Then opposite to that lot, we got the Dualidochromistic Feldi tank. There is some Neolamprologus brevis, as you can see there. But this tank is really about the Dickfeldi. I'm really enjoying, like, they are breeding. They kind of stopped, but they were breeding a lot. But yeah, they're really awesome fish. I think Julies are so underrated. I was talking to Ryan from the 3 Idiots podcast just a second ago, or yesterday actually, and I really want to be like the Julie guy, you know, like just have all the Julies, have like a breeding rack of Julies. I reckon that'd be so much fun because they are awesome. And then down below we just got some Geophagus type host growing out. They are getting some good size on them. They kind of had a bit of a growth stoppage, I guess you'd say. Like, they didn't really grow that much for a while, but they're back growing again. Don't know what was going on. I just done some more water changes, done some more feeding and that, and they're going. So won't be too long before they're ready to move on. And yeah, I mean, they are very cool fish. Then next up we got Frank the Tank, Franklin the Axolotl, who is sitting in his tunnel, of course, not wanting to be seen, but that is him there. And then we just got this nice little aquascape going on. We're not going to spend too much time on the dry goods, but we got, you know, medications and testing kits, water treatment stuff, and algae pads because that's where I fit them. Ornaments, driftwood, and fake plants. That was the flora area. We're missing some flora on this side, but I will order some more. This is quite cool. We got the Seachem Pearl Beach Aragonite, which is good because it's a smaller portion. So if you're doing like a little shell dweller tank in that, it's a lot more sort of manageable than the bigger Aqua 1 Aragonite. This shelf I need to fill up, but I haven't decided what I'm going to put there. Then we got like the JBL Cichlid Foods and the Repashy. If you didn't see my video this morning, there is going to be a bit of a price increase on Repashy, as you can see. Some of the ones are still already increased. The ones that I had leftover stock from when it was the cheaper price is going to stay until we get rid of that. So we don't have to pass the cost on to you until we have to, but that's unfortunately where we're at with Repashy. It is a shame, but it's still an awesome food, and still by far my favorite. So I mean, I really hope it doesn't have too much impact on the brand, because I mean, it is a really wonderful, just all-round food essentially. So yeah, I'm gonna say it's the best on the market, at least as far as what we have in New Zealand goes. It is a good option for all that sort of, if you're trying to really get the best out of your fish. We've got the big peacocks and haps. My Cadango's colouring up a bit, so that's good. He's getting a little bit more dominance to him. And then we got kind of all my random mix and match of all these other bits and pieces. Some real cool fish in here. I'm loving that. It's good fun. Easy to look after. Just do a water change and forget about it, basically. And feed them, but yeah, everyone seems to love them, and with good reason. On this side, we have our Fader Super Red Dragon Flower Horn. So he's cool. We haven't sold him in ages, and I can't believe it. He's so pretty. He's got so much potential. Like, you can see all the purple and stuff coming through him, but unfortunately he hasn't sold. I think this tank might be a bit dark for him, because obviously it gets a lot of glare, as you can see, and I think people just don't see him. So I'm thinking of swapping these two around. This is one of my Oscars out the big tank that got a beating, so he's actually probably just about ready to go back to the big tank, but not quite yet. And then this is a common pleco that someone surrendered to us because of his personal health reasons. He couldn't look after his tank. He'd had this guy for ages in a big old tank, so I'm trying to find him a new home. Down here we've got a big green terror, beautiful fish, and then the rest is just like a few convicts, few blue cars. Actually, I think that's about it. There's not much in this tank. I don't know what I'm going to do with this tank. I have ideas, but that's for a different video. And this tank, this is kind of like a randoms tank. We got some Geophagus Tapos, a Pale Gourami, a couple Diamond Tetras, Red-tailed Shark. Again, something's got to change. Something's got to change with this tank, but I'm not 100% sure what it is yet. I will do a separate video about it. And then down here we got rocks, as many rocks as you can possibly want. All different types. I mean, the thing with rocks is I like to have a heap, like a big selection, because everyone wants something different, you know. So we get people coming in and like sifting around and playing around with them and like setting them up on the floor and that. So I mean, you're more than welcome, but I do like having lots of rocks around, basically, is what I was trying to say. And then on this side, I think, how are we going to do this? We'll kind of do it by section. So this is kind of the nicer grooming, like sectioned off African cichlid section. So we've got a Dimidochroma strigatus, not coloured up yet, but you can kind of just see it's just starting. When they colour up, they're just honestly a fantastic fish. I really love them so much. It's just a shame they're not more popular. They are one that you kind of have to wait a little bit longer for them to colour up, but they are fantastic once they do. Then on this side, we have you, Hiding, Mr. Hiding. And that's an Apache, but it is going to look so cool. It's, again, just starting to colour up, but not too long before it's all the way there, you know. This side we have an Electric Blue Freyeri, which I don't know why we've had this guy for a while. He hasn't sold, which is kind of weird. But they're really cool fish. And then we got the Synodontis lucipinus catfish. Very, very similar to the Petricola, but stay a little smaller and a bit more slender than the Petricola, and the Multipunctatus for that matter. And they're a great addition to kind of any tank, any African cichlid tank. You can have them on the bottom in a big Lake Malawi tank, or you can have them cruising around in a Tanganyikan tank. No drama either way. Then this side's a bit weird. We got a gold ocellatus that is going to Ryan from 3 Idiots podcast later today. A little beaten up, but he'll be right. Then we got some Ultralamprologus compressiceps Kasanga, the gold head compressiceps. There's like 3 of them, and there is a Dualitochromistic feldi down there that's for sale, but we will struggle to find him. So yeah, down on this corner here, we've got, this is still all those fish I'm looking after for a customer. There's like, the coolest thing is like there is a zebra pleco down there. You can kind of just see him there. So yeah, there's a zebra pleco. There is, what else do we actually have in here? Red Beckford pencils, green neons, Apistogramma trifasciata, ember tetras, otosynclus, a whole bunch of random bits and bobs for a planted tank. This side we've got the plants looking a bit bare, but I'm trying, and the cherry barbs. The cherry barbs have been breeding. There is a cherry barb fry around here somewhere, but I think we'll be hard pressed to find them. Oh, there's one, just in there if you can see it. There you go. It's not focusing properly, but yeah, he's in there. There's a cool little mix in there. Hopefully, hoping the cherry barbs breed more, but not super stressed if they don't. This side we just got platies, and mystery cells. So we've got the brown ones and the blue ones, but they're a great addition. I really love adding them to a planter tank. They just help tidy up dead leaves and stuff. And also I really think they're so cool. Especially like kids seem to really love watching them because they're so weird to watch, like behavior wise, so they're a good addition. In this tank we got the red Beckford's pencilfish, ember tetras, betta, a few, what else is there? A few guppies. There is the, oh, these guys, the, what are they called? Albino longfin bristlenose. There is some kulu loaches in here, and a cucumber feeding my ram's horns, because why not? On this side we've got heaps of glow light tetras. They're not fully coloured up, but we'll give them a week or two and they'll be beautiful. I actually think they're such an underrated fish. They were my first like kind of fish I got when I was like getting a bit more serious about fish keeping, like not just sticking a goldfish in a goldfish bowl. So yeah, when I was little, I think they're a fantastic fish, and we've got a few red phantoms. But yeah, the glow lights have a special place in my heart. I think a lot of fish keepers kind of forget about them because it's like, oh yeah, that's the beginner fish, but we're not there anymore. So yeah, then we got some guppies, just random mutts. And this tank we just got an angelfish, and there's like 2 platies and like not much. I am changing up some stuff, so not a lot of tanks have things going on really. But yeah, it's a very pretty angelfish. I like. This side, oh, we got some. So I got some fish given to me the other day, some cherry barbs, and I chucked them in here, and they're all, you know, got white spots all over them basically. So I chucked in some Wonder Tonic and they'll be right. But yeah, they aren't the most happy fish, but they will get there. I'd be surprised if I lose any, to be honest. They heal up so well. That Wonder Tonic's a great thing. This side we got some guppies. These red, they got sold to me as elephant ear guppies, but I mean, as you can see, they're clearly pretty low quality. It's kind of sucks because what we have to do in New Zealand generally with this kind of thing is like we buy in some elephant ear guppies and they're not really elephant ear guppies, and then you like live breed them out, because these will basically be culls from overseas, which is like low quality ones. As you can see, this one's kind of got a bit of an elephant ear on one side. And then you breed them out, and then like it's a big breeding project to actually get proper ones, because just this junk is what we get imported. Like, I mean, they look cool and everything. Don't think I'm hating on them or anything, but they're not elephant ears. We won't sell them as elephant ears. They're just like red guppies with a bit of elephant ear, some of them. This side we got rosy tetras. Hey, there's a glow light. I should put that with the other glow lights. Rosy tetras, Paldanio, candy cane tetras, bronze cories. This tank's kind of a bit, I don't know why it's always got cloudy water. No matter what I do, the water's always cloudy in there. This side, we got these real cool red cap cobra guppies. I really like them. They're so cool. I posted them on Facebook and everyone went crazy for them. And the green fire tetras, which always look terrible in the shop, but once you get them home and get them settled, they're so cool. They really color up nice. Then this side we got these black guppies, Harlequin resporas, Apistogramma cockatoides, and sturbicories basically is the lot in here, on a couple Praecox rainbows. But these are pistos, honestly, mwah, fabulous. I love it. Down here, this tank is all sorts. There's Serpes, glow light Danios, yellow phantoms, lemon tetras, glow light Danio. Oh, I might have already said that. Bolivian ram. This is kind of just all sorts. So this tank is quite fun. Like, you never know what you're going to find in here. Every time I look in here, there's something that I didn't see before. But yeah, I mean, some cool fish, good schooling fish, good for planted tank fish. This came out of a client's planted tank who we are changing over to African cichlids. So, I mean, they're all nice and happy and healthy. So, there's some cool fish in there. This side, we've got some crebensis. I think some of them are pelvichromis. So, they're all pelvichromis, but I think some of them are... They're not all poachers. Some of them will be crossed with the tenuatas because they're throwing some random colours out. But I'm not an expert to be able to know 100% or be able to tell you. It's just going off what I can see. But yeah. And there's some bristle noses in here because everybody loves a bristle nose. So yeah, this side we got obviously the gold bristle nose here. Right there. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. We got... What do we got? Oh, we got more cribs, platies, and a few apple snails, and hillstream loaches, as you can see, like on the side there. Everybody loves hillstream loaches. They're such cool fish. That's one where like people really go down the rabbit hole and you learn everything about it. It's so cool. This tank's basically just white clouds. Actually, I think it's just white clouds plus a bunch of a few bristle noses, but yeah, there's not a lot else going on in there. This tank is, this is cool. We got an Epistogramma nicini, or however you pronounce it, pair. So they did lay eggs a couple times. They were with the guppies, and then the guppies kind of shredded their eggs. But there is a nicini pair. There's black neons, gold white clouds, the flying foxes, right there, and some bristle noses, and I think that will about do it for that tank. This is cool. This is kind of like an all sorts tank. Again, all sorts of random stuff in here. You never know what you'll find. This tank is where we're trying to breed the albino cherry barbs, but we haven't had any luck so far. But we are getting there. They're getting. I see them sparring all the time. These two. She's so fat right now. She might be ready to pop, but we'll give her some time and see how she gets along. This side we got, these guys are awesome. Some big tiger barbs. Nice big tiger barbs. I love tiger barbs. They're so unpopular. Like, they got such a bad rep. But when they're kept right, they're so cool. They're so active. They're so fast. Fun little piranha things. Some more red phantoms for some reason are in here. And that'll be about it. Oh, turquoise rainbows. But yeah. This tank, I'm really looking forward to all these crypts growing in. There's so many crypts in here, so I think it'll be real cool once it all grows in and gets a bit lush. And then I got my jars with the aqua soil growing. That one's growing rotundinifolia, and then that one's growing red pine. And then this one I'm trying to convert some sunset poly, but it's taking a little bit of time, but we'll get in there. And then this tank has nothing in it, so we'll skip over it. That's a bit boring. This side, the pea huffer tank, is growing a bit of algae, which is not ideal, but that's because where it is now is so much natural sun. So I'm hoping it'll settle. And there's only like maybe 4 pea buffers in here. So not a ton, but enough for it to be cool, basically. This side is the frozen food. There you go. That's the frozen food options. We won't spend too long here because I'm realizing this video is getting a bit long. We've got up here, we'll go back across the African cichlid section. Then we'll say hello to Penny. And I think that'll be it. But yeah, here is the red top lycomas and some albino zebras. These guys are cool, rare, and Buna that just colour up so nice. They are very rare, so there's the only thing to consider. It's obviously a little bit more expensive, but they're awesome, those guys. This tank is a bunch of free and Buna. So we're just giving these guys away for free. There is some Kenii, some Auratus, and then the rest is just mostly assorted hybrids. But a good option to fill out your tank if you need to fill out your tank. If you're, maybe having some aggression issues, maybe you don't have the biggest budget in the world, this will be the option for you. This side is the smaller, nice peacocks and haps. I won't go through all of them, but there's heaps. We've got like Apaches, OB peacocks, German reds, I think. What else is there? Blue dolphins, Cape Maclears. Yeah, heaps. There's heaps. If you want a fish, we got heaps. And I'm going to buy more fish this afternoon after work. So there'll be a ton. This side we're getting a bit low. Still got this massive OBI biter. That guy's so pretty. Absolute unit, but so pretty. Got a few OBI biters, a few Venustas, a couple hybrids, and that's about it. I'm hoping to fill this tank up a bit more once this evening as I go see Ryan and pick them up. This tank has 2 colonies in it. One of them's for sale, one of them's already sold. So there's a living stony colony, which is like, that's one there. It's not full colored, but it's like the dominant fish. And there's like a bunch of females like that. That one's sold, but they are cool fish, so I thought I'd show you anyway. And then we've got some OB peacocks that there is a colony here. I haven't advertised it because I'm going to get some more females to fill it out, but I thought we might try start selling some colonies of like peacocks and that, because I think it'd be quite a cool thing to be able to offer people. You know, might want to get going breeding, and to make sure that you guys are getting started off on the right foot, like breeding from good broodstock. So, you know, this is a good OB colony. OB's not so much a problem as like an OB's an OB for the most part, just whatever color you like. But there is heaps of things like that I can't think of. But like, if you're trying to breed a nice peacock, for example, like a dragon's blood, we'll want to start you off with some good ones so you can actually breed out some nice ones. So yeah, I think that's really important, and it will hopefully get some more people more interested in the hobby. And then this one's just assorted African cichlids, all sorts of random stuff, peacocks, haps, and booners. There's even a couple crebensis that I can never catch. I don't know how they got in. I think I threw in a bunch of plants and they were in them as fry, and then I just can't catch them. I've tried like 3 times, but yeah, that will conclude the African cichlid section of this walkthrough. And then last but not least, we got Big Penny the Asian arowana. There she is. She says hello to all you lovely people. We've got a couple common plecos. There's one, and there's one over there. And then we've got 2 albino tiger oscars and 2 red tiger oscars. Beautiful. Everyone loves Oscars. I always say I don't think I could ever live without an Oscar again. And then there's Mr. Ornate Baisha staring at us all creepy like. Aren't you so cuties? But yeah, I love the Baisha. Everyone loves the Baisha because it's so weird looking. Like, look, there's just like a little dinosaur. Well, not a little. There's a dinosaur hanging out of my aquarium. How random is that? And yeah, then there's these guys. So yeah, thank you guys very much for that. I really enjoy these kind of less formal, less talking, just like, hey, look at this, hey, look at this. Just letting my train of thought kind of just spill out into the world. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't already, if you've watched this far, I'd be surprised. I mean, I don't know if I'd watch this far into this video of me rambling, but yeah, if you have watched this far, please remember to like and subscribe. It really helps us out. It really does make a big difference. You know, I hate to be that guy, but I would really appreciate it. But yeah, other than that, have fun with your fish. Keep your arms wet. You know, do your water changes, and we'll see you in the next one. Love you all. Bye bye.